Greetings, loyal minions, beautiful humans. Welcome to the Sci Show, the #1 ranked YouTube channel for postal delivery workers. If that's you, I appreciate you. Also, if that's you, don't be a rude turd like the one that blocked my park or my driveway today, and then abused me when I was extremely nice in explaining how it was a slightly dangerous position to park their car. Anyway, we move on. Before I jump into Gloozmer, the new lush-looking ladies' man, just a quick shout-out to a viewer who reached out recently letting me know they were starting up their own channel. So big shout-out to Yan over at Yan Empires and Puzzles. I still remember when I started my channel. It's quite daunting. I was sitting there panicking over every word I said, watching the screen, just waiting for each view to tick over to make sure someone had watched my video. So I'll stick a link in the description, put a quick little image up on the screen. But yeah, go over, show them some love. And yeah, best of luck with everything. On to Gloozmer. In the Super Elemental portal, we will check the odds as always. Legendary event Ice Hero 0.1%. Legendary featured Ice Hero 0.5%. Legendary Ice Hero 1.9%. So quite a, it's like 3 times as likely to get a random blue hero as you are to one of the event or featured heroes. Yeah, there are some quite good heroes. There's a lot of heroes in general in this portal, so can generally get something quite good. But we are, of course, here to look at Gloozmer. I love a top hat. I love hot pink. Although that, I don't know, is that hot pink or purple? I don't know. Probably a bit more purple, but yeah. I mean, the ladies are loving the tickler moustache, and he's got the rose. You can just tell he's a bit of a Casanova. He's a wizard, which gives the talent of Jinx, which is quite useful. Bit of extra damage, but yeah, not one of the, well, in my opinion, it's not one of the better ones you can have, but also not the worst. Special boost, Aether talent, so more damage there as well, with 30% extra for 6 turns. I believe he runs at fast speed, so the 6 turns might be useful enough. We'll flick that off. We should all know this by now. The Slime Family bonus for 1, 2, 3 heroes, Mega Minions, Minions, Mega Fiends, and Fiends summoned by allies are 10, 15, 20% attack. Sorry, get 10, 15, 20% attack based on the number of slime heroes in the team. So great to pair with anyone who's bringing out those Minions and Fiends, basically. Speaking of, I should actually start pairing Omen with a couple of slime heroes. That would make his Fiends even stronger and harder to get rid of. That's a bit of an aside, but a nice little tip there. Passives are always the same. Slime Minion upon defeat. When the character dies, the nearby allies get a Mega Minion, 50% HP and 40% attack, so that's great. And when they take a hit more than 25% of their max health, they themselves get a Slime Mega Minion with the 50% HP and 40% attack. So his artwork is what it is. Not sure why he's trying to make his belly bulge out so much. I'd have that sort of waistband a little bit higher to try and suck it in a little bit. That's how I roll. Suck it in to try and look. Anyway, I'm dribbling. Gooey rose. What exactly is a gooey rose? Like, how are roses gooey? If you're into roses or flowers in general, just let me know if that's actually a term used in roses. A gooey rose. We have lots of goos and ooze and stuff going on with these slimes. So gooey rose runs at fast speed, steals all minions or a mega minion from the target. Very handy skill. We've seen that with Silverpaw. We've seen it with Orakark. Very, very handy indeed. Steals the minion before it does the hit, obviously, which is fantastic. Deals 600% damage to the target. It's a decent snipe. What does Orakark do? Wow. So here's 530%. It also steals the mana and does the sleep. So interesting comparison there. Back to Gloozmer. 600% damage to the target. The target cannot cast any new status effects on enemies or allies for 3 turns. So that's interesting. So that can stop Bernadette as an example. But yeah, I do like that skill of not being able to cast new status effects or on enemies. So that's handy, similar to what Chang'e, Melosi, if we're going back old school. And running at fast speed, that's quite a good way of blocking Bernadette as long as she can't get a cleanse in there somewhere. So one good use, being blue, is obviously strong against Bernadette. Having said that, Bernadette's not quite as much of a threat at the moment. I mean, again, depending on the level, she's still an absolute pain in the buttocks. Yes, I like that. Include stacks. Only includes status. Yep. The target enemy receives Devouring Goo status ailment for 3 turns. Devouring Goo removes all dispellable buffs and growth effects, deals 200 damage per turn and 100 damage per each removed effect. So that's quite good. If you watch my channel, you'll see me using Magistine reasonably frequently. And I do like that skill for him. He does hit all. But yeah, this is a pretty good. I believe there was some pretty big nerfs from beta, which is quite common. They seem to release all these extremely OP heroes in beta, and people start getting super excited. And then when they release them, they've trimmed them right down, which is good. We don't want anything crazy OP. I think at the moment, everyone's looking for the next meta hero, because obviously Fergus and Bernadette have been getting some counters and that sort of stuff. So, Delufla's almost back up there again. Yeah, some of those newer heroes, but nothing really stands out. And I think that's why people are really looking for that next OP hero, whereas I like just getting lots of different heroes that are very, different strengths in different areas. That's my take on it all. So pretty good. Yep, stealing a Mega Minion, for anyone who doesn't have Mega Minion heroes themselves or they're up against Mega Minions, it's just a huge hit. So you're doing a 600% hit, which is quite big as well. So that's up there with Beowulf, I think, is about 600%. So it's a pretty chunky hit. Although Beowulf does 615, and he also gives himself some attack up as well. So it's going to be a very beefy hit. But you've already stolen that Mega Minion, which could have up to 1,500 each HP. So you add 1,000 hit to that, you're doing 2,500 damage basically, which is quite good. You've then got the Mega Minion who's also doing its own damage. So very good. Nothing special, just a decent sniper, stealing a Mega Minion, but also a blocker. So it has that use as it'd probably be great to take as a part of a 2-stack, or depending on how you play, a 1-stack, just as a support basically to finish someone off if you need to, steal a Mega Minion if you need to, block someone if you need to. The only thing I will say with the Devouring Goo, it does sound good because it says removes all dispellable buffs, but don't treat it like that. It's a bit weaker than a Dispel, because if someone's got an ailment blocker up, so such as, I don't even know who's, there's so many now that have, I'm just going to say Hathor, it's the top of the head. It doesn't dispel that, and having that ailment block up will actually block the Devouring Goo from being applied, in which case you're not going to dispel anything, you're not going to get rid of any of the growth effects, and you're not going to do any extra damage. Hope that makes sense. Obviously, if they don't have anything up to block that, it's going to be applied and will then work as it's intended. But yeah, just not quite as good as a Dispel. But yeah, there we have it. Pretty solid hero. As I said, it's going to make a great addition to most rosters. some very, very good, does 3 or 4 different things that could be useful in different scenarios. So definitely a lot of adaptability and variety. And I did just want to quickly mention one last thing before we shut me up. How cute is that little Chosen? Like, little treasure chest, cute little blob in there. Oh, it's just so beautiful. It just warms the heart. I like admiring the little things in the world. We look at so many negatives, so much bad stuff going on. Sometimes, like the delivery driver today thought I was going to abuse them or something when I was just being very, very nice. So yeah, just don't always think things are nasty and out to get you. This guy is just going to come up, he's going to open his treasure chest, he's going to give you a cuddle, a big sloppy kiss on the cheek. Just embrace it. Presume positive intent, and the world becomes a lot better place. So that's what I'm ending on. Not even going to review the guy. If you enjoy what I'm doing, gently caress the subscribe button. Give your kitty a scritch for me. Sorry, best of luck if you're doing any summons. I hope you get the hero you want. Sending out all the positive vibes. And have a bloody good one.